Before the wedding, my fiancé went missing, and I saw his face in a street interview video. During the interview, he said, "I'm getting married tomorrow, but my biggest regret is not being able to marry her." 3 days later, utterly exhausted, he knelt on my doorstep, saying, "I'm sorry, Chloe. I was kidnapped, and I barely managed to escape." He apologized to me. Friends in our social circle also urged me, "Forgive him. It wasn't his fault he was kidnapped." Even my parents said, "Actually, Noah is a good kid. Give him a chance." Seeing this, I stepped out. I just looked at Noah and asked, "Swear that if you're lying, the person you love most will suffer a terrible fate." Noah, who had been looking hopeful, suddenly changed his expression. "How could you be so vicious? Do you really wish for her to die?" The moment he said that, everyone present was stunned. But I just smiled. See? In the end, I wasn't the one he loved most, the one he intended to marry. In that moment, I thought of that street interview video. The blogger asked, "Excuse me, sir, are you married?" Noah replied, "I'm getting married tomorrow." The blogger asked, "Do you have any regrets?" Noah was silent for a moment before answering, "Yes, my biggest regret is not being able to marry her." The blogger instantly grew excited. "Really? A young woman we just interviewed said her biggest regret was not being able to marry him. You two are truly destined to be together." With that, she pointed to a nearby spot. "Hey, a young woman." At the end of the video, Noah and a woman were embracing. That woman was none other than Tiffany, Noah's childhood sweetheart who had been abroad for years. Thinking of this, I couldn't help but laugh at myself. If they were true love, then what was I? A homewrecker? No one knew how I'd endured those 3 days. Faced with my parents' questions and Noah's parents' confusion, I chose to remain silent. I couldn't bring myself to say that Noah didn't love me, because just thinking about it made me feel terrible. At the same time, I wanted to give Noah a chance to explain. But in the end, I had given my heart to the wrong person. Meeting's disgusted gaze, the smile in my eyes deepened. "Noah, we're about to get married, and I'm not the one you love most? Then who is she?" It was only at this moment that Noah realized he had said the wrong thing. He quickly explained, "Chloe, I didn't mean that earlier. I meant that you shouldn't curse yourself like that. Chloe, you have to believe me, I love you. Then do you want to marry me? This was the last time. Noah, if you just tell me the truth, I can forgive you. Even if we couldn't be husband and wife, we could still be friends. Of course, I want to marry you. I only want to marry you." Noah's expression was extremely serious and sincere. The people around us instantly let out a chorus of exclamations. "How sweet. Marry him, marry him." My parents were moved to tears. Especially my mom, she cried and laughed at the same time, looking at me. "Chloe, say yes to Noah. Your dad and I want to see you marry for love." Watching the people around us cheer and meeting my parents' expectant gaze, I knew I was ultimately going to disappoint them. I forced a smile, then pried Noah's tightly clasped hand from mine. "Noah, but I don't want to marry you anymore." "Why?" "I didn't mean to, I really didn't mean to. I was just kidnapped." Noah sounded like he was about to cry when I said I didn't want to marry him, but I leaned closer to him and whispered, "My biggest regret in life is not being able to marry her." Instantly, Noah's eyes were filled with horror. He looked at me in disbelief, but I just smiled, saying nothing. The next moment, Noah knelt on the ground again. "I'm sorry, I was wrong, I didn't mean that. Chloe, please, marry me. Don't leave me, okay?" Noah was so desperate in that moment. If he didn't love me, how could he do this? But if he truly loved me, he wouldn't have missed our wedding because of Tiffany. So now I didn't understand Noah at all. I just looked at him. But the people around couldn't stand it anymore, and some had even started to defend Noah. "Chloe, are you done or not? Noah was kidnapped. Could he control something like that? He's apologized to you now, why are you being so dramatic?" "Exactly, Chloe, if you act like this, I won't even side with you." Even my best friend looked confused. She pulled me aside, perplexed. "Wasn't your biggest wish to marry Noah?" Hearing my best friend say that, my tears fell uncontrollably. The moment our eyes met, my best friend saw the sadness in my eyes. She didn't try to persuade me anymore, but just pulled me away from the crowd. Noah tried to follow, but she shot him a cold glare. "Don't follow us." No matter what others said, my best friend didn't let them get close. Once we arrived at Sophie's place, I didn't say anything, I just sent her the blogger's video. Damn it. What a scumbag, that horrible woman. Couldn't she have come back any other time but now of all times? She must have done it on purpose. Sophie also knew Tiffany. Back then, Noah and I used to argue a lot because of Tiffany. After we started dating, I learned that Noah had a very close childhood friend. At first, I even thought about getting along well with her, but the first time we met, Tiffany gave me a rude awakening. Do you know Noah has a mole on his butt? I was instantly enraged and embarrassed, so I turned and walked away. No matter how Noah tried to explain to me, I just said one thing: it's either her or me. Noah said I was petty, and that Tiffany was just joking with me. But I never backed down. We even gave each other the silent treatment for a while, but in the end, Noah compromised. He promised me, I'll keep my distance from Tiffany, but since we've known each other for so many years, I can't completely cut ties. I'm not the type to cling on stubbornly, and once I was sure Noah would be discreet, I didn't say nothing more. Afterward, Noah actually did pretty well. In short, whenever I had a gathering, Noah would never let Tiffany be there. Even if we ran into Tiffany, she wouldn't provoke me anymore. I thought things would continue this way, but then Tiffany went abroad. No one knew why, and I never asked Noah. So many years had passed in a blink, and I thought this woman would never appear again. Who would have thought? I was the one who broke them up. What are you going to do? Just break up with Noah like this? Don't you feel wronged? Sophie was someone who believed in getting even. I knew that from her perspective, if I broke up with Noah like this, it would be too easy on Tiffany. She would just seize the opportunity. But I didn't want to be involved with him anymore. Even if it meant letting them be together, then so be it. Seeing that my mind was made up, Sophie didn't say anything more. She comforted me all night. Even though I said I was fine, she still didn't believe me. It wasn't until she fell asleep from exhaustion that I could quietly think things over. After so many years together, breaking up naturally wouldn't be easy. What's more, our two families had long been like one. Especially my parents. By now, I had a flood of messages from them. I thought for a moment and then texted my mom, "Mom, the wedding definitely won't happen. As for our family's business with the Millers, you can handle it as you see fit." Then I turned off my phone and went to sleep. The next morning, I was woken up by noise. Sophie's voice was loud, and I could tell she was furious. "I told you, get lost." I felt like Sophie was about to murder someone, so I quickly got out of bed. Seeing at the door, I wasn't surprised at all. Seeing about to hit him, I quickly stopped her. "I'll handle this." I had to make things clear once and for all, otherwise Noah would keep bothering me. Sophie looked at me, then at Noah, then told me, "Call me if you need anything." After left, I pulled Noah into the hallway. "Don't explain, don't apologize. 3 days were enough for me to see you clearly." I spoke first, expressing what was on my mind. Noah was instantly speechless. But his eyes, as he looked at me, were full of guilt. We stood there in silence until Noah, with red-rimmed eyes, looked at me and said, "Chloe, I admit I had feelings for Tiffany, and I did think about being with her. But you're the one I want to marry." Those 3 days were just me trying to find a sense of closure. Marriage is supposed to be true fulfillment, isn't it? I didn't know what Noah was thinking, to make his indecisiveness sound so noble, but I didn't want to hear it anymore. I took a deep breath and said my last words to Noah, then sent him away. "If you come looking for me again, I won't hesitate to let everyone know what you really did during those 3 days." In the end, Noah left. He knew I was a woman of my word. After that day, Noah never came to find me again. My parents stopped trying to persuade me, but I knew our family's business with the Millers wasn't affected. The four elders had discussed it and all thought we were just having a lover's spat, so everything was proceeding as planned. Noah had even secretly prepared a marriage proposal, but I started to avoid him. It wasn't until a friend in our social circle's birthday. I had asked beforehand and knew Noah wouldn't be there, so I went. But I hadn't been there long when Noah and Tiffany appeared. They both seemed surprised to see me there. Seeing them frozen in place, I pretended nothing was wrong and continued eating. Since everyone was here, I couldn't just leave now. The birthday friend also looked a bit awkward seeing this, but still came up to me and explained, "I'm sorry, Chloe. Noah really said he wasn't coming." Chloe, are you mad at me? I heard Noah say you're not marrying him because of what happened those 3 days, and I just wanted to come and explain. Tiffany interrupted my conversation. Why? My friend and came up to me, smiling, "You've misunderstood us. Noah and I really have nothing going on." At this, Tiffany's eyes welled up with tears, as if she had been greatly wronged. I just returned to the country, and meeting Noah made me a little emotional. Those 3 days we just went to places we used to frequent, for no other reason than to put a period on our youth. "Noah loves you most, he has always loved you." After finished speaking, she ignored my reaction and knelt directly on the ground. "I beg you, please stay with Noah, okay? Like attracts like, indeed." Tiffany and Noah both seemed to love kneeling so much. Then let her kneel. I ignored Tiffany, said a quick word to my friend, and prepared to leave. But my arm was grabbed. It was Noah. He frowned, looking at me. Are you just going to leave like this? What else? Listen to you two lie here? I looked at Noah mockingly. The moment our eyes met, Noah seemed to lose his composure and glared at me. When did you become so unreasonable? Tiffany even knelt for you, what more do you want from her? You don't actually think Noah, can't live without you, do you? The way he spoke was truly infuriating. It seemed like he was the one who had always been clinging to me. So I crossed my arms. Isn't that right? Before I could say anything, Noah began to recount everything he had done for me, and then added, I already told you I have nothing going on with Tiffany, but you won't let it go. Do you already have someone else? Are you doing this on purpose? Meeting scrutinizing gaze, I couldn't help but laugh. First, I never asked him to cling to me. Second, I've already broken up with him, whether I have a new boyfriend or not is none of his business. Furthermore, he was the one who betrayed me first, how dare he say such things? A moment later, I raised my hand and slapped Noah. Do you feel wronged? Don't I? Back then, I did have regrets, but because of you, I cut ties with Tiffany, and she went abroad. Haven't I been good to you all these years? Don't you know how well I treated you? I won't deny that Noah was indeed good to me. But I also reciprocated. During our relationship, I didn't feel like he was the only one giving. On the contrary, now he was the one who betrayed me. Chloe, if you keep acting like this, I'm really going to leave you. Looking at Noah's heartbroken expression, I couldn't help but laugh. Many of the friends present were trying to persuade me. Chloe, if Noah and Tiffany had anything going on, they would have been together a long time ago, and he wouldn't have been with you for so long. I think there must be a misunderstanding. That's right, just forgive him this once. Tiffany even explained it to you. Exactly, we also think you and Noah are a perfect match. Even, still kneeling on the ground, said with tearful eyes, I would never break you two up. I'll leave right now, and I'll never come back this time, okay? Seeing act so subservient, I couldn't take it anymore. Enough. Everyone was startled by my shout. Noah looked at me with a disappointed expression. You. Shut up. I cut Noah off. I'd seen shameless people, but I'd never seen anyone as shameless as them. Do you just not care about your reputation anymore? Fine, fine. I'll grant you your wish. I immediately took out my phone, connected it via Bluetooth to the large display in the private room, and played a video. See for yourselves what kind of despicable couple they are. The moment I finished speaking, the sound from the video echoed through the private room. Noah, no, no. The moment Noah and Tiffany saw the video, they were terrified. Turn it off, turn it off. Noah even reached out to grab my phone, but I slapped him again. So, in your world, sleeping with someone else isn't considered betrayal? After I rebuked Noah, I looked at the people around who had urged me to forgive him. You all saw it at my doorstep. Noah himself said he was kidnapped those 3 days, but now he's saying he was just with Tiffany to fulfill a regret. I ask you, if any one of you were in my position, would you still choose to forgive him? My words struck a chord with everyone present. Those who had thought I was being unreasonable now cast contemptuous glances at Noah and Tiffany. Sophie arrived late, but she didn't miss the best part. At that moment, she stood beside me, glaring at the scumbag and homewrecker in front of us. Why are you still pretending? You've already slept together, and you're still saying it means nothing? Tiffany, is this what you studied during your years abroad? Well, you win, this scumbag is all yours. I wish you two a lifetime of being stuck together. Sophie was barely suppressing the urge to hit someone. Tiffany felt insulted and tried to lash out at Sophie, but I slapped her, sending her to the ground. Chloe, you hit me? I'm telling you, I'm not done with you. Tiffany started to say she would call the police. Noah quickly stopped her. All right, stop making a scene. Then looked at me with a sorrowful expression. Did it have to come to this? Meeting's helpless expression, I couldn't help but smile. You're the one who insisted on taking it this far. Breaking up gracefully would have been best for both of us, but I don't want to break up. Noah's eyes were full of pleading. I thought that in this moment, Noah truly wanted to be with me. Unfortunately, I have high standards for a partner, especially for the person I'm supposed to spend my life with. Before he met me, Noah was free to be with anyone he chose, but after we were together, he still acted like this. Then don't blame me. Noah, can't you see? Chloe never intended to be with you. She's humiliating both of us in front of everyone today, can't you understand that? Tiffany anxiously tugged at Noah, but pushed her away. Chloe, I swear it's just this once, there won't be a next time. No matter how I rejected him, Noah still wanted to win me back. Tiffany was so angry at him that she stomped her foot. Noah, what will it take for you to understand? I'm the only one who's truly right for you. Chloe doesn't even like you. Shut up, what does it have to do with you? Noah snapped, and dragged Tiffany away. My friend's birthday party was ruined. I felt incredibly sorry. But my friend shook her head at me. It has nothing to do with you. Someone came uninvited. From now on, in our social circle, it's either you or him. Even though we were all part of this circle, they were still very discerning about right and wrong. Even those who had been close to Noah now kept their distance. Some even started to apologize to me. Among them were not a few who had previously supported Noah and Tiffany. I accepted their apologies. After all, they weren't the ones who had done wrong. But I also made my stance clear. I don't like fair-weather friends. I accept you standing on the right side, and if you stand on Noah's side, I'll accept that too. But don't keep changing your tune. Fair-weather friends, I certainly wouldn't easily forgive them. Those few people thought of what happened last time, and each lowered their head. As for what they would choose in the future, that was no longer my concern. After that day, Noah and I never saw each other again. My parents also learned why I was so adamantly unwilling to marry Noah. The two elders were so angry they almost went to confront the Millers, but I managed to stop them. There was no need, really. In short, working as business partners was fine, but anything else was out of the question. I thought Noah would immediately get together with Tiffany, but I didn't expect him to delay announcing their relationship. But that didn't stop Tiffany from flaunting their affection to me. She sent me their real-time updates 3 times a day. Seeing that I didn't respond, she would even mention me in our social circle's big group chat. Miss, I have something to tell you. Have you seen the WhatsApp messages I sent you? After a few times, Noah became enraged and embarrassed and directly mentioned her. Tiffany, can you please be more considerate and stop bothering Chloe? Noah, we're the couple. Are you taking her side now? When didn't reply, Tiffany would go crazy in the group chat. This group chat hadn't been this active in a long time. The group chat owner was a senior figure in our social circle. After a few such comments, he got a bit angry and mentioned Noah and Tiffany. What's wrong with you? Do you have to bother everyone in the group chat? Without waiting for their reply, the group chat owner directly kicked them out of the group chat. Only then did the group chat fall silent, and the group chat owner took the lead in apologizing to me. Many people came out to comfort me. Don't stoop to their level. Exactly, I heard Tiffany has been having a miserable time lately. I wasn't interested in hearing it, but Sophie perked up. She sent a smiling emoji. Do tell. This woman keeps harassing our Chloe. Tell us some sad stories about her to cheer us up. The floodgates of gossip instantly opened, and many people replied in the group chat. I pieced together a complete story as well. It turned out that ever since that friend's birthday party, Tiffany had moved into Noah's house. They knew that Noah had lost me, his intended bride, because of Tiffany, and were quite displeased with her, but defiantly declared, I slept with your son. Now everyone knows, it'll be hard for me to find another partner. You can forget about getting rid of me. Noah, you seduced me. You said your biggest regret in this life was not marrying me. Now you want to blame all of this on me? No way. Tiffany's shamelessly defiant expression sent a shiver down Noah's spine. In the end, he couldn't get rid of Tiffany. But the Millers gave them an ultimatum. If you want to live together, that's your business, but don't even think about moving into He Miller family estate. Noah's parents felt humiliated and naturally wouldn't let them move in. With no other choice, Noah eventually moved into his house with Tiffany. This house was originally where we planned to live after marriage. Now had beaten me to it. She certainly sent me a lot of messages to provoke me. Chloe, Noah said you bought this sofa. Well, I have to say your taste is really mediocre. I've replaced it. Chloe, don't come here anymore. You're not welcome here. She would even sometimes send videos of them rolling around in bed. Originally, I didn't want to bother with Tiffany, but I was worried that her constantly sending such videos and photos would affect me again. So, when Tiffany provoked me again, I rolled my eyes in exasperation. How can you be his girlfriend and still act like the other woman? Does what happens between you two concern me now? You're so eager to share with me. Could it be that Noah is still pining for me? That single reply infuriated Tiffany. Seeing that I didn't reply, she directly posted on social media to subtly insult me. I screenshotted the messages she sent me and commented below her post. Miss, since you're already Noah's girlfriend, then stop bothering me, his ex. I don't have the habit of going back to old flames, and I don't like tainted goods. Some things, if you want them, just take them, no need to show off to me every day. Sophie saw my comment and told me, that's a dirty insult. I instantly smiled. Dirty? Well, some people's actions are far dirtier. Many people went to see the screenshot in my comment section. At first, some really thought I was still clinging to Noah after our breakup, unwilling to let go. Seeing the chat content Tiffany sent me, they instantly understood. They all subtly jabbed at Tiffany below. Tiffany, are you Noah's girlfriend now? Why does it look like the other woman got promoted? After all, my family still held a certain status in this circle, and Tiffany was slandering me like this. Them siding with me meant choosing against the Millers. I wasn't stingy either. For any businesses of theirs that were connected to my family's, I had my dad take care of them. In less than half a month, this group of people had become friends in my social circle. They gave Noah the cold shoulder, but were incredibly warm towards me. Noah didn't notice at first, but after a few gatherings, he realized. The most recent time, Noah came uninvited again. The host, seeing Noah, cleared his throat. Well, Noah, this is a small, private dinner. I didn't intend to invite you. What, do you think Noah isn't worthy? Tiffany appeared just like that. And her voice was very loud. The moment her voice rang out, those who hadn't noticed her presence now saw her. Many people were already mocking Noah and Tiffany, and now she had practically delivered herself to them. Those watching the drama had uncontrollable smiles on their faces. Some even whistled at Noah. Well, Noah, your taste is getting better and better. Those who originally knew Tiffany now kept far away. Men with girlfriends dared even less to interact with Tiffany. Simply because their girlfriends had all given them an ultimatum, if you dare to associate with someone like that, we're breaking up. Of course, they also stopped their boyfriends from interacting with Noah. Birds of a feather flock together. If you hang out with people like Noah too much, you'll become like them. Initially, they didn't think much of it. But later, when they interacted with Noah, they discovered that he was truly an unsatisfactory person. Even though he was the one who betrayed me, after getting drunk, he kept complaining to them, "Don't you think Chloe is being too harsh on me? All I did was fulfill a dream with Tiffany, why won't she get back together with me? Don't you think Chloe is too cruel to me?" Someone stood up in dissatisfaction and reprimanded Noah a couple of times. But he threw a drunken fit. What, or why? Oh, you all on Chloe's side now? Are you sleeping with her or something? I'm telling you, she's someone I didn't want anymore. Noah's drunken state was too ugly, and those who had originally sided with Noah completely decided they didn't want to get involved with him anymore. After that, they stopped attending any gatherings where Noah was present. When he realized something was off, he went to find them. Those few people directly played the video from that day. After watching it, Noah was filled with unbearable shame. I was drunk then, The others cut him off. That's enough, Noah. We're already clear about what kind of person you are. It's better if we don't associate much. Noah was completely abandoned. When he came to find me again, he still acted very affectionate. But I didn't want to waste words with him, and played that video. You know very well what kind of person I am in your heart. You're just unwilling to accept things now, and it's not because you really like me, is it? I pressured Noah. But he flatly denied it. No, I was just drunk. Seeing unwilling to admit it, I was helpless. Noah, whether you like me now or not, I don't like you anymore, and I really don't want to be with you anymore. If you force me again, I promise you'll regret it. But completely disregarded my warning. This gathering was a good example. Tiffany, seeing me, had pure malice in her eyes. She rushed over to me almost immediately. Tiffany tried to hit me, but Sophie slapped her to the ground. Bitch, haven't you had enough, time and time again? Do you really think our Chloe is so easy to bully? I'm telling you, this is the last time. Sophie glared at Tiffany through gritted teeth. She was dazed from the slap and staggered over to Noah. You saw that. They're all bullying me, and you're just going to stand there and watch. Tiffany looked at Noah with reddened eyes, but frowned and said impatiently, didn't I tell you not to come? Who told you to follow? What do you Maya? N? You don't want to deal with me now, and you're blaming me? Tiffany hysterically began to accuse Noah. Every word was meant to put me down. She said I seduced Noah, and that even after breaking up with Noah, I was still obsessed with him. Then she glared at me. Chloe, you're truly despicable, you. Slap. That slap wasn't from me, nor was it from Sophie. It was Noah. He gritted his teeth, looking at Tiffany. Don't go too far. You know very well I don't love you anymore. Don't love me? Tiffany was so furious at Noah that she laughed hysterically and looked wildly at the people around them. Do you believe this? A man, on the eve of his wedding, sought me out and was with me for 3 days, abandoning his future wife, and even skipped his own wedding, and he calls that not loving me? Oh, Noah, you're truly disgusting. If you don't love me, why did you sleep with me? Did you just want to sleep with me for free? Tiffany looked indignantly at Noah. Her words made the people around look at Noah differently. He was overwhelmed with shame. Let's go. Don't embarrass yourself here. Noah no longer had the face to stay there. After he dragged Tiffany away, we continued the party. By now, I had long since moved on. As for Noah's betrayal, I believed he would receive the punishment he deserved. As for me, my future would only be better. After the party ended, Sophie and I went home. Lately, Sophie had always been with me, afraid I might do something rash. She even introduced me to her cousin. I looked astonished. You have a great cousin? How come I didn't know? You were always with Noah back then, how would I tell you about good men around me? But my cousin is really good. Sophie was like a matchmaker on a mission, aggressively pushing her cousin on me without even asking him first. Even when Sophie saw I was unmoved, she even showed me a photo of her cousin's abs. Although had secretly taken the photo, the 8-pack abs were truly tempting. Finally, Sophie's relentless persuasion, I agreed to meet her cousin. But I never expected such a run-in with an old adversary. Noah, whom I hadn't seen in days, just appeared. Seeing me eating with another man, he immediately became angry. Chloe, what's the meaning of you meeting other men behind my back? I'd seen shameless people, but this level of shamelessness was truly new to me. I instantly rolled my eyes. I was about to speak, but Sophie's cousin, Ethan, instantly scoffed coldly. Who do you think you are? What happens between Chloe and me is none of your business. Noah glared fiercely at Ethan. Ethan and I had just introduced ourselves and hadn't said anything else when Noah ruined it. He even spoke disrespectfully to Ethan. Honestly, I was really angry. I immediately slapped Noah. Have you no shame? We've already broken up because you cheated before the wedding with your idealized past love, and now you're bothering me again. What's going on? Noah, how much more shameless can you be? My disdainful expression provoked Noah. He froze on the spot, and after a while, looked at me, stammering, Chloe, you're hitting me for another man now? Chloe, you. Noah was very hurt. But I wore an expression of disdain. Stop pretending. Isn't it just because I'm not with you anymore that you're bothered? Noah, last time was the last time. After I finished speaking to Noah, I called my dad. Dad, are we still cooperating with the Millers? Cut ties. I want to be irreconcilable with Noah. Okay. I hung up the phone and smiled at Noah. You'd better go home and prepare. From now on, our two families will be estranged. With that, I took Ethan and left. No matter how much Noah wanted to follow me, he couldn't. Once I was in Ethan's car, I calmed down a bit before looking at him apologetically. I'm sorry, I didn't expect things to escalate to this point. But looked calm. This has nothing to do with you. Ethan talked a lot with me along the way. He really was as good a person as Sophie said. Not only was he good at comforting people, but every word he said was very sincere. In short, I had a good first impression of Ethan. But it was just a first impression. After arriving home, I told Ethan, you know Noah and I were together for years, and I did meet you because Sophie said you were a good person, but I know, it's too soon, you need more time. Ethan's words eased my worries. Don't worry, we're friends now. As for what happens in the future, we'll see. I have to say, Ethan was truly a good person. For a long time after that, Ethan and I interacted more and more. Our unspoken understanding grew, and we even had many common interests. Even said, I never thought your niche hobbies, my cousin actually liked them too. I even suspect my cousin only said that to please you. But in the end, it turned out that Ethan truly shared my hobbies. Even my parents, after meeting Ethan, said, Ethan seems like a good guy. This was completely different from their attitude when they first learned I was with Noah. Although the Millers and my family had been family friends for generations, my parents didn't really like Noah, and even felt he wasn't good enough for me. This kid doesn't seem reliable. But in the end, my parents couldn't argue with me and had to let me have my way. To end up like this now, I guess it was my own fault. My parents had also been very busy lately. Busy with separating from the Millers and handling the aftermath. They also had to deal with the Millers. They even reached out to many connections, seeking reconciliation. However, my parents only had one thing to say, I only have one daughter. It was bad enough that you humiliated her at your wedding, but then you let that awful person come and sicken my daughter? Isn't that intentional? So, my parents never relented. In fact, every time the Miller family came to visit, my parents would make things difficult for them. Before long, the Miller family's business sta. Route to decline. Eventually, they no longer dared to offend my parents, nor did they allow Noah to bother me again. I heard that Tiffany was pregnant and forced Noah to marry her. Noah agreed. Half a year flew by, and Ethan and I officially became a couple. On my birthday, Tiffany sent me a wedding invitation. I hope you can come to Noah's and my wedding, she said. I immediately refused. That was out of the question. Tiffany wanted to provoke me, so I pulled out my phone and said, Noah, get your wife out of here, or I guarantee you'll regret it. The last time I said something like that, Noah ended up losing quite a bit. By now, he had learned his lesson. Less than 10 minutes later, Noah came over, fuming. He didn't say much, just told Tiffany, if you don't leave now, there won't be a wedding for us. Tiffany was furious but helpless. Eventually, the two of them left. Only then did Ethan and I continue celebrating my birthday. I didn't think much of it. Noah, however, apologized to me several times. That continued right up to the day of his wedding. Of course, I didn't go, but Sophie did. She said, I'm going to watch the show. I didn't know what kind of show she meant until Sophie came to find me after the wedding. That's when I realized Noah was truly insane. He had pulled the same trick again. Tiffany waited alone at the wedding venue from day to night, but Noah never appeared. Finally, he sent Tiffany a video. He said, back then, you deliberately conspired with that blogger to create such a coincidence. Wasn't it all to stop me from marrying Chloe? Now, everything you're experiencing is your own doing. I, Noah, would rather die than marry you. Tiffany was furious and humiliated, and went directly to the family estate to cause a scene. During the pushing and shoving, she lost her baby. Tiffany wanted to sue the Miller family, but unfortunately, there wasn't enough evidence. Ultimately, Tiffany gained nothing. Meanwhile, the Lynn family had been struggling financially for the past few years, so they pressured Tiffany to keep bothering Noah. This, in turn, made Noah equally exasperated. He then pushed Tiffany into the water. This time, Tiffany didn't resurface. She died. By the time Noah realized the trouble he had caused, I had already called the police. As luck would have it, I happened to be at the beach at that moment. Ethan and I reported it to the police and cooperated with them in giving our statements. Ultimately, Noah was convicted of murder and sentenced to prison. The family was utterly ruined. Noah's father sold off their assets and then vanished without a trace. Noah's mother, however, continued to wait for him to be released. 6 months later, Ethan and I got married. Our child was born a year later. Everything was exactly as I had imagined it would be. After our child was born, Ethan's love for me did not diminish. Nor did I put all my focus on our child just because they were born. Because I knew that the person who would truly walk through life with me was my husband, not my child. Later, much later, we passed away peacefully. And my children also lived good lives. I thought, with a life like this, I was content. Thank you for watching today's story. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends. We look forward to hearing your thoughts in the comments. Feel free to share your perspectives, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more exciting stories. See you next time.